Let's do this.
The topics that people are talking about, we're talking about. Today's topics: Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith have been separated for 7 years? Reality star Todd Chrisley. Chrisley knows best. No, right now, Chrisley knows prison. And the Swifties, they're abusing Travis Kelce's ex. That's not cool. Mike Jarrett, Mike Greenwich, Bill Anderson, 2 Mikes and a Bill. What's the song? Back Together Again.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I don't know if you got the right. Right. I know where you're at with it.
Never professed to be a singer.
No.
I do what I can do.
Do not profess that. No.
Right, and the fact that you only know that lyric, right?
That's
You don't
no,
even remember the rest of it.
You want me to keep singing?
I was just curious.
I know the rest of it. Who sings that song for
I don't
$100?
remember.
All right, the team back together.
Yes,
Good to
hi,
see
everybody.
you guys.
Good to see you,
Appreciate
man.
you.
Yep.
Jumping right into it with a shocker. So did you see there were interviews, press releases, announcements that Jada Pinkett Smith
Yep.
did an interview and revealed in this interview that she and Will Smith have been separated since 2016.
I was stunned.
Wow.
7 years. I thought they were, having their issues.
Right,
But they were still,
together. Yeah, working
still in the
through 'em.
same house.
Yeah.
No.
7 years.
That's pretty good.
She said they've been living separate lives. They're not legally divorced, but it is very clear. They know it. Like, people in the inner circle know it. 7 years.
7 years.
With the TMZs of the world, how did we not know this?
Right, how did they get kudos to them to keep it quiet, right? Like, how did they keep that out of the media?
Separate homes.
They said living separate lives. They didn't
Separate lives. They
detail
might have been
what
in the same
specifically
house.
that meant.
So hold on. The slap happened when they were
Yes.
separated.
Right.
Yes, and that was my first response. Like, wait, so you potentially threw away your career over somebody you weren't even with?
It's still disrespect.
Yeah.
It's still disrespect. I'm with you on what you're saying, but it's still, I don't care. We're not together, still my wife. And it's still disrespect.
And he still may
You
love
know
her.
what I'm saying? Right.
Yeah.
So I kind of get, I get where it came
Right,
from, man.
right.
You know what I mean?
You going on stage swinging on somebody over an ex.
Look, it's not an ex.
It's an ex.
It's not an ex.
We're separated.
We're separated.
7 years
Doesn't
separated.
matter.
No.
My mother and father were separated for 30 years before they got divorced. Still married.
Really? Still
Yes.
together.
Still, no, they was married.
Would your
Legally.
father have swung on somebody for 30
Probably.
years?
He's protecting her.
Probably, yeah, like that's his wife, man.
Yeah.
Like, whether we're in the same house or not, like, look, you don't disrespect my wife, man. You don't know our situation.
So that
Could be
happened.
true love.
maybe.
They're just don't want to be married anymore.
So
Right.
that happened. But you also remember, was it the Red Table Talk or
Yeah, the
something
Red
like
Table
that?
No, they had me totally fooled.
Right.
I thought they were back together, living together,
Right.
and he had forgiven her for the affair.
But if you're
All
not
scripted.
together for 7
Yeah, I
years,
guess.
All
was it even an affair? Like, if we're
I
not
guess not.
together, see, that's what I'm saying. If you're living that separate, and again, acknowledgement, we do not know the intricacies of what they agreed to.
Right.
That's the real. But if you're not together to the point
That's
where
not an affair.
somebody is with somebody somebody else, you're not really together.
And maybe the issue is not that it's an affair, it's just the situation. It's like, dag, all the cats you could have went out here and
That-
did
that
something
guy.
with, you like with our son's friend.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that is, you know what
Right.
I'm saying? There might have just been more situation of who it was than what it was.
But why did they want us to believe they were still together and got through it somehow?
Well, is it
I
that
don't know.
whole wholesome image that he lives up to? That thing can be a blessing and a curse.
Right. It could
That
have
could
just
be
been, just let's play along, man. Like and maybe they were hoping to fix it. So why put out in the world that this thing is never going to happen again if we're thinking we might have a shot? I know,
7
Bill.
years.
I know, Bill, but, you're married, man.
Why is she
Like,
talking now, do you
That's a
think?
good
That
question.
maybe
Like,
somebody found
it's-
out?
Maybe it's really about to really be official, like
Yeah.
divorce. That's just
Or somebody's going to spill the beans on them?
Yeah.
I might as well get ahead of it.
Like there might be another situation coming out.
I guess. All right. So you're still the thing that shook me. You're still swinging on somebody for disrespecting your wife,
Right.
even 7
I
years
think
out.
so.
You don't know our situation. It's still
yeah,
disrespect.
I was certainly separated for many, 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 many years, but I wouldn't want anybody talking about joy. in a
You
negative
guys
way.
you open my eyes. That's why I enjoy this discussion. Because as we're sitting here having the discussion, I think about it. Like, I'm not married, but I have exes that I am close enough friends with that if you're actively disrespecting them,
Yeah.
it's
That's what it
swing
came-
worthy.
Yeah, that's what it is.
I still don't think you should have slapped him.
Well, that's a different. That's different. Right.
But the emotion
But
is
the
still
emotion, I get where it could have come from.
Yeah.
All right. Speaking of emotion and relationships, when we come back, you two are married. I'm in a relationship. There are a whole list of questions, apparently, that a survey just demonstrated you should not ask the person that you're with if you want to stay with them.
No matter how long you've been together?
Touchy questions, they say, can
I'm
be
curious what these
relationship
questions
breakers.
are.
I want to know.
Right.
Be back. Stay with us. All right. Intrigue. You guys, relationship guys,
Yeah.
you've been married, all of that. So there's a survey that came out. There are about 20 different things, but I picked a couple of them to see if you guys agree. These are things that you do not ask someone you're in a relationship with if you want it to maintain.
Go.
First one, I don't think you're going to have a problem with at all. But where do you see us in 5 years?
Don't ask that
Do
question.
not ask that question.
What's wrong with that?
They
Right.
say that puts pressure on people. It makes them have to consider what's going on down the road, and it can be a deal breaker if the person is not seeing things the same way you are 5
Now,
years
is this
down
a
the
married
road.
couple or a dating couple?
Just said couple.
This sounds like dating.
Yeah, that
and
sounds like dating.
Early dating.
Right, early dating. I agree. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
You
like
okay
3
with
weeks.
somebody you're dating asking you that now?
That's what I'm saying.
Right,
Right, but like, if I ask my wife where you see us in 5 years, like,
What if she
nobody
said,
should be offended by
you
that.
making a whole lot more money, retired, I'm be sitting home chilling.
I'm like, bet, let's get there.
But if I'm only in a relationship for a few months, that would take me aback.
Right, right.
So I don't know why. I mean,
And now, if you're not happy in that marriage, and it's like, where do you see us in 5 years? And I'm like, you not here.
yeah, yeah.
Like,
I don't see us.
I don't
see
see
you.
Right?
Right.
Like, let's talk 5 months.
Right, hopefully I won't see you in 5 minutes.
Number 2, why don't you or what's your plan to make more money?
Oh my God.
Why don't ask those questions?
Do not ask that question.
Again, why would not ask that question?
What's your plan to make more
Right,
money?
like, yo, like if I'm carrying you and I'm not satisfied with your performance, like, yo, like,
How
it's
would you
not
feel
even,
if
it's
Mrs. G said
the
that to
same
you?
thing. She just said that to me the other day.
How are you going to make more money?
Yeah, like, yo, you need to make more money. Like, this is, you know what I'm
Well,
saying?
Mike, I would suggest OnlyFans.
I've been hitting the gym.
Yeah, you look good.
You okay with that question? I mean, you're Mike Jarrett. So that's different.
I would
People
never
already
say
think
that
you
to
got
somebody.
stuff.
I
What if they
don't-
said it to
I
you?
think that's a one-way question too. Like, I
Yeah.
don't think you can say that to the woman, but I think a woman wouldn't be out of line or feel uncomfortable asking a dude that question.
Really?
Yes.
I think I would be annoyed if somebody
I'm
asked me.
not
be a
saying we
little
wouldn't be
annoyed.
annoyed, but I'm just saying coming from a woman is probably more acceptable than coming from a dude.
Am I your best experience ever?
Oh,
that's
that
just-
sounds like a sex
That's
question.
yeah, that's
That
a
is
setup.
exactly a sex question.
That's a setup.
Oh,
that's a
no.
dumb question. Yeah, I agree with that. Don't ask that question.
Don't
Well,
ask it.
hold on.
This guy would ask. He would ask.
No, but I like to hear it.
Right. Like, I
No,
wouldn't
you
want
wouldn't. Only if the
Only
answer
if
is
this
right.
Yeah, that's why.
Only if the answer is yes. Although, you know, you might be like, well, if it's no, then it might be like, all right, well, what could I do to make things better around here?
I have asked
I'm just saying, I'm trying to help the relationship.
in vulnerable moments when I'm, trying to be like sexy talk. I maybe in the past have asked, is this, like,
Right.
Did it go
Right.
well?
Was it as
well,
good for you?
they'll just lie.
Right. Right.
Okay,
You know.
so don't ask.
Of
Right.
course, you're the best, you're the biggest, you're the blah, 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 blah. Yeah.
Right.
Last one. Well, there's a lot of them, but the last one I picked. Why are you still friends with your ex?
I think that's a legitimate question.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that's a fair question.
Yeah?
Yeah. I
Does it-
mean,
I'm friends with all the exes.
right. So,
I'm friends with all my
And I've
exes.
actually gotten that question.
And I think you should have to answer that question.
I think you should have a good
Right.
answer
You
for
should
why.
have like
Yeah.
if you ask why you still friends with your ex and you don't have a legitimate answer for that question,
Right. That means
then
that
there's a
more
problem.
to it.
Right. Then that means there's something you're keeping from me probably.
All right.
I've had a woman ask me to delete the phone numbers of my exes.
Really?
You know,
I'm
That might be going too
notoriously
far, right?
friends. Yeah.
it was going a little too far.
That's going too far.
The relationship with the ex.
No, delete the phone numbers.
Well, not if the relationship with the ex is going too far.
I just replaced them with male names.
Right. Yeah, so you might leave. I might need those numbers one day,
Yeah.
man. Like, come on, man.
You're now Bob.
Right.
We will be right back. Todd Chrisley, the TV star, business mogul, whatever.
Oh, God.
He's in jail, but now he's going to change the system. He said things were wrong. I got to fight the power now that I'm incarcerated.
Do you even know who that is?
No clue.
Okay, we'll clue you in during the commercial.
Thank you.
All right.
Back. We are back. We just spent the commercial break trying to explain to Mike G who Todd Chrisley is.
Right.
So, TV, I guess you can say star.
Reality show star with his wife,
whole family.
children, his mother.
Made a lot of money and apparently didn't pay taxes.
Yeah.
So he's in jail now for 12 years for that. Since he has been incarcerated, he is appalled at the conditions that people are experiencing.
Hey, welcome to reality, buddy.
Yeah.
I know
reality star.
I know a number of people who've been incarcerated who are appalled. I know people who went to visit. They weren't even incarcerated.
And they're
are appalled.
Yeah,
I visited a couple of institutions. I'm appalled.
If you watch this
I
guy,
have as well.
go back and look at the clips of his
I
show.
just looked
What was
at
the
a
name of the
few.
show?
I think it's Chrisley Knows Best.
Chrisley Knows Best.
Well,
It's just
I
an
don't know.
odd show, and it just seemed fake from
They
beginning
have a
to
bunch of
end.
money, and you never knew why. And they
Yeah.
never really talked about
Well,
why. Now we know.
now we know,
So
right.
they're incarcerated. He and his wife are incarcerated for bank fraud and tax evasion.
But he seems like the type of guy that would be the last person to survive incarceration.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
So it's
Like
bad.
soft.
It's awful. This is not okay. And now I'm going to use my platform to change things,
what?
to
To
make
change-
things better. Because this is not okay. He's being abused, but I saw that guy being abused too, so I've got to fix it.
So he's gonna fix the prison system.
Yes.
In his 12 years.
Yes.
Good luck, Todd.
He's concerned now.
Good luck, Todd.
So here's my question. And this is the kind of stuff that always bothers me with these situations. You've had a whole bunch of money and a whole lot of exposure for a whole lot of time.
Never was concerned
Never
before.
cared.
Well,
or
he
maybe
didn't
you
have the
cared and never
experience
said
before.
anything.
Sometimes it takes the experience, right? If he didn't anticipate spending time in jail. But now that I'm here, I'm like, dude, these beds are not comfortable.
Listen,
Like,
I'm going to
do I
want to
not get a
stop
pillow?
bullying once
Like,
I'm getting bullied.
I don't
I'm
like
going to
bologna
want people to
sandwiches.
stop punching people in the face after somebody punches me in the
Right.
face. The challenge is to care about people before
Yeah.
it directly impacts you.
But if you've never had the experience, how would you even know to care about
He's a
them?
real spoiled character.
Right, that's
too.
what I'm saying. If
Lavish.
he may not even have people in his circle who have dealt with the penal system. You know what I'm saying? So he doesn't have any point of reference until he gets there. Then he's like, wow.
I don't like
Are
this.
y'all really gonna do cavity searches?
Yeah.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
You mean like a cavity here?
So you're giving him a pat on the back, the kudos for now
Like,
wanting
look,
to change it.
Hey, good
Not
for you,
my
man.
interpretation of the, come on.
He's
Good
probably
for you.
getting patted on the
I
back.
don't think he's gonna be successful at it, but hey, man,
Yeah.
make all the noise you can.
Use your
Again.
platform for good.
There you go.
There you go.
I like it.
Get him a T-shirt.
I'm gonna send him a T-shirt.
Yeah.
Let it go in. I'm gonna send him a T-shirt. We've cared about people.
That's
before.
right.
Right.
Knock on wood.
You guys ever been in prison?
In
to,
like
stay
No,
or
visit?
visit?
Incarcerated.
No,
Nah.
never been incarcerated.
Knock on wood.
But I've gone
Why'd
through
you
the
crinkle up your
system.
face?
Right. It
I
sounds
was-
like you have
I was
with that face.
put in a cell, and that's all I'm saying.
Like,
never even
like
done
as
that.
a story or just like
No.
involuntarily?
He was put
No,
in
I
his
was
cell.
led there.
like you let the
I did a story on solitary confinement and stayed in a cell
What?
for I
Nah,
only
B.
stayed for hours.
I
And
went-
even
hours.
I was like, yo,
Nah, it's too much.
y'all gonna have to open this door.
Yeah, I went to visit,
Yeah.
and that was enough. Like,
It's a
I
lot.
actually, last time I seen my cousin, he was locked up. I was like, let me tell you something here. I'm never coming up here again. I went up to Rikers Island.
Oh,
I said, I'll do this one time, B. Like, I'll never, ever come see you here again, man. And it's not that I don't love you. I just can't allow them to treat me the way that they treated me. I'm not the inmate.
Screaming at you and all that.
Dude,
It's
the
a lot.
system
And
that
if
you have to
you've
go
ever
through.
Been
I'm
in
not
there, and we
doing
gotta
it.
go to break.
Yeah, we gotta go to break.
We used to do the radio station where my dad used to work. We would record Christmas messages, and sometimes they would allow the softball team to come in and play, depending on the security level. And there was a time when he was in there and the sirens went off. And he said that he looked around and you're just enveloped by inmates. And it becomes very clear there that they can't protect you in here.
No.
Like, they can't.
No, I mean, it's a no-brainer that the inmates run the building. Like,
100%.
Right, that's a no-brainer. I mean, it is what it is.
So I'm going to have to keep this job because I'm not built for that.
Yeah.
Me or Chrisley.
There it is.
We'll be back. All right. So much talk. It's Sunday, football Sunday.
Sure.
So much talk about Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift and all of that. Yes, I know. And people are celebrating. The ratings are up because Taylor Swift goes to the game and apparel is being sold. Travis Kelce's ex, Kayla Nicole, came out with a heartfelt message basically saying that people see all the celebration. They don't recognize the damage of people who are left in the wake of the Swifties.
Oh, let me guess. The Swifties came after her.
They came for her.
Came for his ex-girlfriend.
ex.
Is this the one who said he was a cheater?
No, she
No,
It was a different one.
Like, she was actually with him for like 5 years.
five
Okay.
years.
Okay.
The other one was on that
Which is
reality
from the show. Gotcha.
Yeah.
So this was a real relationship.
Okay.
But she said, I ain't do nothing. Like, I love the dude. We had a relationship.
Right.
But everybody now, you're not good enough. You're not as pretty as Taylor. You don't make as much money as her. It was an interracial relationship, so he was never going to stay with you. She's getting the racial slurs thrown at her. Like, people are feeling the need to degrade her in order to celebrate the relationship. The question that people are having and asking is in some way, like, do you feel bad for her, or all this celebrity, like, you want it out in the public eye when you're living that celebrity life? This is what you sign up for when you decide.
I feel
to
bad
put
for
it out.
Kayla.
Yeah, nobody should have to put up with that.
Yeah, I've
man.
watched her
Like,
work.
Right, nobody should have to put up with that.
She was
but-
on ESPN for a while. Yeah, I think she's great.
It sucks for her, but I mean, it's just the world we live in, man. Like, people, especially on social media, man, it's
Yeah.
easy to talk junk. Man, I got a phone between you and me, like, you know what I'm saying?
Is
like,
it important that we also, when we're talking about all the celebration of the relationship, that we also make people understand the other side of it, so hopefully we can continue to change behavior?
Well, I'm glad she said something.
Right, she
but,
might.
but to call her not good at what?
They're just slamming
that's
her.
bullying.
And like, who are these people?
but
These are like
yes,
Taylor Swift fans. Like,
they're
who are these people?
Yeah, they're
like, who
Taylor's
even
fans.
cares?
Yeah, probably a lot of them are young.
Right.
And like, she didn't say anything derogatory about their relationship,
She hasn't
right?
said
No.
very much at all.
I think she actually said that she was in love with him. And then,
Yeah, like, it's personal. She's hurt
Yeah.
by the relationship, but now she's like, well, damn.
Was this
like, I didn't even do anything.
Was he dating her right before Taylor?
22 they ended.
22.
So it's like recent.
It's
Yeah.
fresh. Yeah.
What are you gonna do, man?
Back off, Swifties.
Back off.
Please
Swifties,
back
but,
off.
Yes,
Yes,
leave her alone, man. Like,
Go to the game, buy some jerseys,
Right.
support all
Right.
that. You don't
'Cause-
got to slam the woman who had nothing to do with
Right.
it.
what are you gonna do?
I think we should have Kayla here to talk about it,
I
too.
bet you do. We'll be back. We're going to come back
Will
and,
we?
and wrap this up. Maybe with Kayla. Like, should we
Yeah.
get the Zoom going? We'll be right back. All right, that went quickly.
Is that it?
That's it.
how it happens,
I mean,
man.
that's it for this week.
Yeah.
They keep inviting us back, so be careful what you wish for.
Keep showing up. I mean, I like the people.
This is
Yeah.
fun. I appreciate y'all. Hit us up on social media. We're always eager to hear what you think. And we'll be back. You, unfortunately, will be back really early tomorrow morning.
See you tomorrow morning.